Oh boy, that's got some sound to it.
You get 141. 141. I'm telling you, he's fully charged. That arm's plugged in, ready to go, programmed for heat. And when you watch his serve, watch how fluid it is. Just watch it, 144. It's just warming up. There are no hitches. The racket doesn't stop. Both hands come together, and watch how smooth he goes through the whole progression. It's just, it really is built around the Sampras model. It's awesome. The one big difference is Sampras never really got him into the 140. Sampras was a high 120, low 130 guy, miles per hour.
Today on the broadcast, they were talking about the difference between first serve and second serve and how it's a little bit of a weakness for Andy Murray. What about this? This is 46 miles an hour difference.
But it's a different type of serve. The second serve, it's not about the heat, it's about the safety, the reliability, and that's a topspin serve. You go from a big bomber, a flat serve at 143, and this will be low 100s, high 90s, because he's adding spin. That went to 117, so I'm sorry.
Well, a dominant first service game.
First game.
Well, what does Nishikori do to handle that?
Well, number one, you've really got to somehow go. You had a game plan coming in. You've played a Raonic before as early, the last one was Wimbledon, so you got a good taste of the speed, the tendencies, where he goes at 30 all, where he likes to go at, 15, 30. You kind of play into all of those, that scouting report. Even Ljubicic, he was a guy that was around when I played. Top 10 player in the world, huge serve, working with Raonic now. From Croatia. Yes, what does Nishikori have to do? He's got to hold serve.
15.
Michael Chang, the great Michael Chang, French Open champion from the United States, working with Nishikori. I'm talking about a guy who loved pressure, big overachiever, the little guy against the big power of the Agassiz, Samprases, and Couriers, Beckers, and Lendls.
See, 15.
Nishikori already a classic two-hand backhand on that side. Very good footwork and balance. Very smooth on that side.
You talk about two guys who have totally different games, right?
One game all, first set.
Raonic really just wants to power right through his opponent. Used and he can play ground strokes. It's not that he can't.
It's not a strength, though, right?
Well, he can do it. The problem is he doesn't want to get in one of these, mobility contests with this guy. Nishikori is too quick, extremely crafty. But Raonic really needs to try to just make this a very short rally type of contest, really bulldoze through his opponent. So a lot of that in the previous match. Taking the approach shot, coming in,
15 love.
setting up. And when that approach shot is deep like that, it makes it really tough for Nishikori to pass because he's kind of on his heels. He's falling back. And Raonic is so long and so athletic, it's tough to pass from that position.
Nishikori wearing a brace on the foot that was bothering him. Still very humid in New York. Did you see Jeannie Bouchard today?
Yeah.
That was pretty scary.
Yeah, I mean, that's so unfortunate because she's really a star in our game, but you have to be ready for so many different conditions here in New York. In 2 weeks, it's kind of changing from summer to fall. It's humid, get windy, get cold. Dealing with the rain yesterday. Now, if there is an area for Nishikori to really kind of hope that it plays out in a certain way, is that Raonic starts to miss a couple of those big first serves. Percentage goes down just a little bit. I mean, right now, I know it's only his second service game, but Raonic is serving 38% of his first serves in. So that means Nishikori's getting looks on second serves, gets a chance to get into rallies, get into the backhand of Raonic. Nishikori wants to get in the backhand to backhand brawls. That's the matchup you want to get in to try to get after Raonic.
So Raonic with the hold. We're still on serve. Early minutes of the first set, men's singles, fourth round. Kei Nishikori serving successfully here in the fourth game of the opening set.
See on Nishikori's shirt, just a slight breeze. It's something that you have to kind of take into account when you're hitting some of these passing shots. Or you're throwing your toss up. Kind of a danger point right now for Nishikori. This is where Raonic really likes to be. If he can somehow tee off on a forehand, take control of the point right away from the return. He likes Nishikori to really drive the ball into his backhand so Raonic can go off down the line. See that real estate right down the line that's wide open towards the Nishikori forehand.
Well, he went for a couple of big shots up the line. One was long, one was wide, and now his serve deserts him.
A little tight. I mean, there's no doubt that that double fault was a little iron elbow-ish. Both these players playing pretty slow. I mean, they are not in a rush to start the next point.
Gives Raonic a 3-1 lead on the service break. Remember, USOpen.org is your home for the 2014 US Open. Everything you need to know or want to own is available at USOpen.org, and you can follow the Open via Twitter or on their Facebook page. I was talking to Chanda Rubin yesterday or today, and I said, we all know what it means to consolidate the serve. What if you don't do it? That needs a name. That needs a term, right?
You're absolutely right, because it's such a big momentum swing, and if Nishikori right now can somehow battle back to get back on serve, he's stopped the momentum. You see right away, Nishikori has given up the real estate close to the baseline and started one of these Nadal return stances and position. Look how far back he is, just to let that serve slow down. And Raonic counters that by moving forward, taking the ball out of the air, playing no bounce tennis. Smart adjustment. But look at Nishikori now, closer in. And boy, you can see Michael Chang's influence, his fingerprints strategically on the return, the different positions Nishikori's in for the return. And that's tough. I mean, that's kind of forces Raonic to be aware of where's Nishikori now. Does that make any sense? I mean, you've got to be very aware of, as a server, where the guy is. Is he going to the right, to the left? Is he up? Is he back? It's so much easier playing somebody who returns from the same spot every single time. You can kind of gauge what you want to do to what they're trying to do to you, because it's extremely predictable. Nishikori is not being predictable now. There's that backhand paying off. Taking it a little bit early, just inside the baseline, and puts it on Raonic pretty quick.
What was that one?
That was 141.
40-30.
And Raonic does consolidate. He holds to take a 4-1 lead in this opening set. Night 8 at the Open. Number 5 seed against number 10, and right now the number 5 is having his way. Milos Raonic up 4-1. was a great looking point from Raonic.
Well, Raonic, when he's hitting that slice approach shot, is extremely effective. Sometimes he gets past, and sometimes he blows through the split step and is not organized for the volley. But when he's hitting that slice, it makes it very difficult for anyone. And Nishikori shows right there on that passing shot. He shanked it because that slice stays low, it skids through the court, and when played deep, it's a very tough shot to handle.
That is a well-groomed man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's got to have crypto gel in that thing. I mean, that thing's got to be solid as a rock. Watch him play for 4 sets. That thing didn't move. When he's at his best, taking the short ball. He's not trying to hit a winner on this approach. He wants to hit the winner with the volley. So he's not pressed to try to overplay it. Look at place to the sidelines. Nishikori's got to start staying closer to the baseline.
Nishikori saves a break point.
But only 105 miles an hour on that serve. He's totally getting outgunned, and that's an area of his game he's been actually improving on, Nishikori, over the last couple of years.
30-40.
First ace. Three points in a row, followed by 3 points in a row, bringing us to deuce. For 3 points, Raonic looked like all world, and Nishikori comes back to hold.
Raonic leads 4 games to 2 first set.
Aces for Raonic. It was 117. Sorry, 138.
The one thing for Raonic, even though the opportunity to get up 5-1 kind of fell through, he doesn't lose his focus. I mean, he just doesn't break character. I mean, he's just spot on in the zone right now. First serve percentage up to 61%. And whenever he gets that first serve in, he's 100% on those tries. He's 11 for 11. Nishikori's just getting beat up. I mean, he serves 97 miles an hour with a bunch of kick on it. And if he doesn't get the ball deep, Raonic is coming in, sweeping in with the approach shot. See, I like that. At 40 love, throw a big heater. That one, 125. You don't want your opponent to get a look at your second serve, not too many of them. Get a rhythm, so you really want to throw even more confusion and chaos at Nishikori So you double fault, no big deal. It's 40-love, now 40-15. Keep throwing the bomb.
Ooh, it's good.
So really, it reminds me so much of Djokovic. Split step for Nishikori, short backswing, boom. Solid contact. Kind of a dogfight now for Raonic.
Yes.
See those 4 patches? Ka-ching, 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 ka-ching.
Boy, this would be a nice little run.
Advantage, Nishikori.
Nishikori can break serve right here after toughing out a service game.
Ever since Raonic was up 40-love on Nishikori's serve.
Hasn't been the same. Well, he got a 40-love here. And Nishikori produced a couple of good returns. But when you have the gun, 133, he went body, which means big target, high percentage. Raonic scored a lot of key points on this wide serve here on key points. Look for the wide serve out to the forehand side, side spin. Yeah, right there, because Nishikori's kind of playing back, covering for the bomb down the tee and body.
Back to your other point. This now, at this point, has to be a second serve.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. The score dictates that. And this is, we talk about contrasting styles, the server versus the returner, the puncher versus the counter puncher. Big guy, small guy. I mean, it's just everything just kind of matches up, almost like a Sampras-Agassi duel.
So we're back on serve. Very impressive turnaround by Kei Nishikori.
New balls, please.
But he had to really dig himself out of a tough service game. The last time, but there's your bang-bang combination. Solid serve, 102 miles an hour. Raonic just drives it deep into the corner. But there's Nishikori, the quick hands, reaction, the winner, the opposite court.
Thank you. Players are ready. Thank you. 30-15.
Well, that's a low percentage shot. Usually Nishikori's a little smarter in areas of the court.
30.
Really known as a guy with a high tennis IQ, really good shot selection. But not a lot of margin when you're trying to go over the high part of the net.
As the Open moves along, there's so much evidence of the separation between players is sometimes those decisions. In the match before this one, those drop shots in elimination games were just not the right thing to do.
And now a lot of that stuff is faith. As a competitor, you've got to have faith in your shots, in your game. And I think that's the one thing that I've always really admired with Raonic. He's got so much faith in his big game. He never really rattles. He's that Pete Sampras, what you see is what you get. And you're going to see this demeanor right now tested after being up 4-1 in break points. And it's all of a sudden just slipped away, and he's got to reestablish his game, reestablish the offense.
Like there are two matches going on. There's one match when he gets his first serve in, and then there's the other match
when he has to hit that second serve. And that's why for Raonic, you want to look for him to start hitting like 120s, take a little off, find better placement.
126.
That's where you want to be right now until he gets a higher percent of first serves in. Right now he's at 54% first serves in. Second serve, points 1. He's only at 38%. 5 for 13.
Well, I'd say he reestablished himself, Luke. 5-4 Raonic, opening set, men's fourth round.
5 games to 4 first set.
Boy, it sure does seem like Nishikori from just every once in a while shanks that forehand, and maybe just a way for Raonic to kind of get into that wing and get a few more unforced airs. Just drive the ball with a lot of depth, some pace, maybe some heavy top. And that's the internal scoreboard you're looking for. to expose your opponent's weaknesses.
Raonic is back at triple break point. Last time he couldn't seal the deal. This time on the unforced error, he will. So the first set in the books, 6-4 for the 5th seed Milos Raonic. Second set begins. Milos Raonic to serve, just like he did in the first.
Nishikori, it's just kind of unfortunate because he really fought his way back, being down in that first set, and then all of a sudden he just went bad again. Played a poor service game to get broken the second time. Kind of messed it up, but he started to serve a little bit better, started to return a little bit better. I think it really starts with his backhand. He's got it almost played Djokovic-like. Let's stay closer to the baseline. It's so much, Raonic in that short ball, what he does on that transition is just great. Clearly under control, in command. We've seen it down the line, we've seen it cross court, we've seen the backhand slice, we've seen the forehand drive like that last one.
And he wins the game at love. Everything is hit hard.
Close game, 6-6.
Well, there's your first set stats, and Raonic only 50% first serves in, and that was kind of started pretty low, only at 38% in the first couple of games. But Nishikori, look at the unforced errors to winners. That's got to flip, because Raonic 15 winners, 13 unforced errors, and I understand that Raonic is going to get a few more winners just because that's the way he explodes with his game. But Nishikori's got to do more, really go after more offense.
On those net cords, you have to believe that when it goes over, it was more of a better shot than a bad shot.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Right. And you just, yeah, and the net cords here are very taut, are pulled real tight. So it's going to bounce up a little bit. Notice that net's not moving at all. I'd love to know what he's thinking about right now. And if you're Nishikori, that's the type of rally you want to get into, and you see him shaking his racket with confidence. Long, drawn-out, bang-bang rallies. Getting Raonic kind of suckered into a ground stroke battle instead of a serve, slashing coming up to the net kind of battle. Again, that's why this matchup is so intriguing. The contrast. But to have Ljubicic on the court, to have Michael Chang on the court, working with those guys, talking to those guys would be a great element for our sport.
Well, if those two guys played a match, the contrast in styles would
It's
be
the
there
same
too.
deal, exactly.
He has had some marvelous service returns tonight, Raonic. 30-all.
Playing a much better match tonight than he did in the previous round, where it's kind of sloppy from the return serve side and around the net. Oh, you could see him, that neon yellow shirt just, you know, coming in and prowling towards the net. That's the right shot. It's swinging forehand, but it's so tricky when it's that high and coming down without a lot of a good solid angle. It's kind of very shallow descent.
Good.
And you know what? I wonder if Nishikori would add a little bit more element of this, attacking Raonic before Raonic can attack him towards the net. That could add to his game. Sorry about that, Al.
No. The crowd has adopted Nishikori. They view the big bad Raonic
The Canadian Bear.
against the poor man who has to find a way to win.
The little guy.
First serve's won, 89%. Second serve, 50-50 deal. Did what you said, Luke. He dialed it down to 121, but the points tend to look a little bit different when he does that.
Absolutely. No, there's no doubt. It's not as dynamic or explosive. But if he can place it a little bit better, he can still dominate. Nice little opening for Nishikori now. Working Raonic's backhand over deep in that corner.
Thank you.
Well, he's going back to the 140 formula.
When in doubt, go for the smoke, go for the heater.
And that closes the door for now.
Nishikori backing up now. Again, that wide serve, if he plays it with a lot of slice, brings it up the sideline, can be effective.
Why is his body angled like that?
Yeah, I was thinking just that too. I mean, that's just, I mean, I've seen stances like that. I really don't know, but he'll even up. Watch it right here. See how he does that little split step? So by the time he does make his move, he is set up equally with his split step, so he can't go right or left.
An early break point here. And the master blaster to the rescue.
That's a nice shot, yep.
Advantage, Nishikori.
And he double faults the game away. So service break. Nishikori to serve, 2-1 in the second set, trying to equalize here in New York.
Raonic.
If there's one thing that's just got to burn Raonic, it's when his serve gets broken.
Oh, absolutely, because there's no, to me, it's just such a weapon and so explosive. But here, the difference in the first set, Nishikori was kind of breaking to get back even. Now he's got a nice little got a nice lead here, just 2-1, but at least for the first time, he's out in front in a set.
15.
He can apply a little bit more pressure. He can play a little freer. I just think anytime these long rallies get past, 6, 7, 8 balls, that favors Nishikori.
Well, that was one he won.
15.
I don't like that little jump deal.
13.
What does that accomplish?
Yeah, it helps Nishikori. It's no doubt about that. I mean, Michael Chang really started that back in the 90s, but he was, a short guy. He had to jump up to get to the ball sometimes. But had a lot of top spin on it. Raonic is a giant. He doesn't need to do that.
Second ace for Nishikori. Raonic has 6. Fourth double fault by Nishikori.
Advantage, Raonic.
Now a chance to break right back. Like the deuce.
Backhand a problem for Raonic right now. One time he jumps up, this time he just pulls out of the strike zone at the last second, over rotating on the upper body. Taking too big of a backswing.
That was a great return.
Advantage, Raonic.
I need me some Groff Raonic tennis.
Jeez. The Legion of Doom in the box.
Break point. Nishikori overcooks it. Once again, both players have been broken in the set. USOpenShop.org and USOpen.org are the great way to follow and shop for what's new this year here at the US Open. You can, of course, follow the US Open via Twitter and Facebook. Any photos of you get hacked onto the internet yesterday?
Not that I know of.
Oh, good.
Really? Wow.
No. 100 celebrities.
Wow.
Online, major thing. FBI's involved, yeah.
I absolutely love that play. He brings it down to 108 miles an hour, but this is that old American kick, that twist, the topspin, and he gets in nice and close. Nice little delicate shot cross court with the volley. And again, not a hair out of place.
Raonic serves it at love. So he has a 3-2 lead here in the second set. Well, last game we had some consolidation by the higher seed, Milos Raonic. Nishikori down a set. Down right now, 2-3.
15.
For a big guy, Luke, he covers some ground, Raonic.
Oh, I'm telling you, he's a fantastic mover. It's great anticipation, good balance. I wish he would be a little bit more offensive instead of trying to, play long rallies in these ground stroke games with Nishikori.
New balls, please.
Quick work by Nishikori to square things at 3.
3 games all, second set.
So now new balls in play. Nishikori going to the pit stop to pull out a tighter strung racket. That's going to give him a little bit more control on the return of serve when trying to battle the big serve. I was going way back, close to the backstop. One of the more entertaining points.
It just kept on going.
Yep, and this one right here, right at the last second, just doesn't get enough concentration. So he just turns the racket face right here. You can see, oh, not on that one. You can see the speed of Nishikori covering that court.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, he goes for the kick serve, and because Nishikori's so far back, he decides to do a little serve and volley play, but the return is so low. And Raonic doesn't really get enough speed kind of built up to get into the net. Now a hole, love 30.
That's it.
He's flipped many a game in this match by doing that. So he went and he dialed it down. He went from 140 to 116. So it's like a changeup for Nishikori, and he couldn't handle it.
It's really kind of a pitcher's, pitcher to the batter. The batter just kind of changing up the position around the baseline. Jeez. Hurt me.
136. And Raonic leads 4-3 here in the second.
Second set and by 1 set to love.
Milos Raonic and Kei Nishikori locked up in the second set. Raonic took the first set 6-4. Nishikori's been serving in the 117, 118 range. He waited and waited and waited.
Yeah, and that's the luxury when that ball's sitting up there and you just wait for Raonic to make his move to try to defend one side or the other.
It's always funny when a guy who's playing a huge testosterone game and all he goes for the little drop shot.
Right.
That serve came right in on his body. So Nishikori holds it love. 4-all. This is where, in the pressure points of the first set, Nishikori malfunctioned.
But this is where I always go with the server. I mean, that with one swing, you can get yourself out of trouble. You can get yourself an easy point. And can Nishikori come up with those types of returns off a 143? Now the forehand has just gone off.
Well, he needs another one of those love 30 comebacks.
Yeah, Nishikori has just got to be just so fired up with this opportunity right in front of him. They played, went 4 sets at Wimbledon this year. Raonic won that.
For the first time, he's doing a little talking to himself. Love 40. Nothing would tick him off because of what it is than to have his serve broken. We've talked about that. But nothing would get him as excited to use it to come back in a situation like this. Kei Nishikori rides that second serve to a win, a service break, and he'll have the honor of serving for the second set after the change. Big points about to come off the racket of Kei Nishikori here at the US Open, Arthur Ashe Stadium Court. down a set. Let's see what he's got. Well, that was a subpar service game for Raonic. That was like Superman holding a piece of kryptonite.
Kind of sloppy. Now an opportunity. Love 15, second serve. Does Raonic really attack this second?
Those nervous shots?
I really think so. He's pressing. I don't know if they're nervous, but he's definitely pressing off of that backhand side, trying to get into the Raonic backhand.
This is not much of Raonic is doing. This is Nishikori.
Yeah, I mean, 3 unforced errors in a row. Volley just played with too much pace. And look at Raonic just feeding to that backhand, just daring Nishikori to go down the line.
5 games all.
So there's no consolidation here. This needs a name, this occurrence. Anyway, it's 5-all.
We'll work on that.
Okay.
We'll put a team of people together, a think tank.
And now you give him, with his big serve, another chance here in the second set.
Yeah, I mean, Nishikori, with all the momentum he had going to that sideline off of that big shot, just fumbles the ball right back, gives it right back to his opponent. And now he's just back in a battle, just trying to weather the storm instead of a set apiece and going to the sideline. I mean, just think of the changeup. You go from the 140s to this second serve with a kick, 92. So for Nishikori, he has got to be moving his feet, trying to pick up any type of hint of what kind of serve's coming at him. Taking in all the information, just kind of going through it. He just has to somehow get into these rallies.
Well, what was that? 113. So he stayed pretty heavy on the second serve.
But 30 love. Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's going to go bigger if he has another second. At 40 love, and again, he will always play. The pitcher will always go with the count. Is he up? Is he down?
Boom. So Raonic back in front here in the second set, 6-5.
Second set, and by 1 set to 11.
Kei Nishikori did a little with his opportunity to serve for the second set. And now Raonic is at 6-5 with Nishikori back to the service line.
was called in.
Can't be that confident. He's Milos just walking to the ed court.
Goal stands 15-11. Mr. Raonic has 2 challenges remaining. That's
Good.
love. Love. Yeah, Nishikori.
Well, that was quick.
6 games all, second set.
To the tie break we go.
Both players received 1 additional challenge.
Well, the advantage in this tiebreaker goes to Raonic. He's got the bigger serve. He's had a great tiebreaker record. Look at it, 29-9, and I think he only lost 1 all summer. So he mentioned that in the last match after he won it with a, there were some tiebreakers in that one. And tiebreakers are a mindset. It's just a small sprint to that 7-point finish line.
His one match had 3 tiebreakers in it, right?
Yeah. And that was the last one he played. Now for Nishikori, everything's going to come down to neutralizing the serve
1-0.
and getting that type of
Nishikori.
performance off the ground game. Ivan Lubicic right in the middle, shaking his head. The mad scientist behind the mad Canadian. Nishikori has really come alive, starting with the footwork. You can hear all those little squeaks, all those sounds. That's Nishikori setting up to hit those ground strokes, those small adjustment steps.
The longer the rally goes, you just get the feeling Nishikori is going to be the one who comes up with the shot that wins it. Raonic really needs 2 big serves here.
Nishikori.
There's one.
Al. Thank you, Al.
Nishikori.
How about Raonic with his size, showing the speed
Nishikori.
to defend throughout the court. I mean, he was completely on the defensive
Almost the entire point.
the whole point, but using drives and slices, any way to get himself and keep himself in the point.
To Nishikori.
Nishikori is just not making any errors here.
5-2.
But he's also playing with a sense of urgency, a lot of energy in his feet, playing a little bit more explosively along the baseline. And that's just 142. That's just huge.
5-9. Nishikori.
So Nishikori can serve for the set.
What an important serve right now for Nishikori. Body serve would be a real smart serve on the big man. He's been serving wide very well.
To the crowd's delight, Nishikori wins the tiebreak. To the third set we go here at the U.S. Open.
Well, we're a set apiece at Wimbledon. When Raonic won in 4 sets, the tiebreaker was really the swing set. That was the third set. Now, after winning the tiebreaker in the second set, can Nishikori carry this momentum? Those big ground strokes, especially the backhand down the line, into this third set. And what is Raonic going to do? He really was outplayed throughout the second set, had to come back from being an early breakdown. And that's the beauty of watching both of these players tee it up. the Agassi-like, the Djokovic-like Nishikori. There's that backhand down the line versus the Sampras, Boris Becker-like Milos Raonic. If you remember the first set, Raonic had a lot of short balls that kind of approached, stung a lot of volleys, stuck a lot of volleys, won a lot of his points by moving forward. But in the second set, it seems like Nishikori's ball's been a little bit deeper in the court. Nishikori hasn't given the opportunity with soft balls or short balls for Raonic to come in. And so it's really been the ground stroke capabilities of Nishikori keeping the big man at bay deep behind the baseline.
Just about to say he's carrying the momentum from the tiebreak into the set, and then he's double faulting to 40-30. That one just landed now.
That almost went over out of the stadium. that was one you've been looking for years. Can anyone get a ball out of this stadium? It's never happened. But that definitely had some height. At Nishikori, to me, look at the 2 for 4 with break points, 1, and then 8 unforced errors, 12 winners, really turned that around. And then Raonic went the other direction. He went more unforced errors than winners. These guys are so evenly matched. I mean, who's really going to kind of grab hold of this, in my opinion, emotionally and decide to really take it to their opponent with their strengths? Raonic has got to find a way to serve bigger and better. First serve percentage, 58% now for the match for Raonic. You can't be getting in these backhand-to-backhand rallies. If you want to, play some ground stroke rallies, it's got to be forehand to forehand or towards the Nishikori forehand. The backhand's just too dangerous.
I think it's pretty much been proven over the years, hasn't it? It's not enough, the big serve.
With the modern rackets, the two-hand backhand, much easier to return big serves, kick serves with the two-hand backhand.
Forty, 15. Milos, please. 1 game all, third set.
So Nishikori doing a lot of flexing of his legs. Seems fine.
Well, that's the one thing when you are injured, the thing you lose truly is that match play endurance. You can ride the bike and do all these other cross-training things, but it's not the same, especially when you're running these best of 5 set matches, this kind of distance. He's had an easy road for the most part to this point.
15.
He hasn't played a 5 set match. But the road gets tougher. It gets longer.
This match needs Nick Kyrgios.
I like the attempt just to see what kind of a chip and charge play. What would a chip and charge play do to Nishikori on his passing shots?
Solid game for Nishikori. He serves it at love and has the 2-1 lead here in the third.
That is one explosive shot.
Notice how fast the chair umpire calls the score.
Yeah. Milos bounces the ball so many times you're ready to call it. He's got that Djokovic. Djokovic used to do that all the time. I don't remember him. He doesn't do it as much now. But boy, when he first started out, he'd bounce that thing like 30 times.
It's good. One of the better shots that wasn't a serve tonight for Raonic.
Well, he gets a good wrist snap on this, right, just this wrist right there. See that? Just boom. cross court, inside the line.
USOpen.org is the way to follow the US Open, every aspect of it. Highlights, scores, schedules, player profiles, and more. Plus, you can shop at USOpen.org and follow the US Open via Twitter or Facebook. What can Raonic do now when these points break into a rally and he's in the middle of it?
Well, he's been in a little bit of the slicing, keeping the point short, in my opinion. Even on the first return that he missed with the backhand, but he drove it through the court. I'm a big believer with these types of players. Don't get into what the opposition wants to do. Don't get into the game style of your opponent. Play your style. And even if you miss and you're making unforced errors, they're not hitting balls either. They need rhythm. They feed off of your, the pace of your shot. But if your pace is so overwhelming, this hit and miss style, big aggressive style, you're going to hold serve. That was the big Pete Sampras style. He didn't care about winning all the points. He just wanted to win the right points, and he had the ability. He had the ability to make you play bad. And he did it because he was holding serve easily. He didn't put a lot of balls in play from the ground. He was just going for big shots. So by the time a big point came around, you had to hit the ball in 20, 30 minutes, 4-all in the first set. Your timing's gone.
Not close on that backhand, and Nishikori holds 3-2, third set.
Nishikori leads 3-2, third set, 1-0.
Milos Raonic to serve 2-3 on serve in the third set. It's almost time for the people to make their move from the upper deck down to the lower bowl.
Milos now serving 55% first serves in for the match, 36% for this set. That's going down. He's got to take a little off to get that first serve in. He starts serving bunches of second serves. That just plays right into Nishikori's hands. And the kick serve goes right to the strength of Nishikori, is that two-hand backhand.
Well, he dialed it down earlier in the match, but it was almost as if he lost faith in it. This is an opportunity, perhaps.
Boy, it just seems like Nishikori since the beginning of the second set where he got that early break. Really has been the more energized, the quicker, more passionate player. And his game has responded. Remember, I'm a huge believer that your game's going to follow your attitude. And if you go out there and you just get all pumped up, even when things are tight, even when you're down, you'd be amazed how well you play if you're just out there being extremely positive.
30-40.
Does he have another one of those big bombers?
Yes.
Yes, he does. I actually think the crowd is almost split at this point.
Exactly. They're really cheering for just great shots. Boy, it's a big difference in the way the points are played if that first serve doesn't go in.
Advantage, Nishikori. Yes.
Big kick serve, and because he brought it up that single sideline, it had a little extra angle. So Nishikori had to go out farther beyond the double sideline to get that thing back, and he was pulled way out of position.
His hair was just slightly messed up, just a little.
Boy, what a just momentum killer if Nishikori can't break here after all these chances. Little change up when you see someone that far back. Little kick serve.
Yes.
Gives you time to get inside the service line. This time the return is actually a high quality shot, and Raonic just didn't get low enough to really make a quality backhand volley down the line.
Advantage, Raonic.
Raonic is going to hold to bring it to 3-all.
3 games.
What did he have? 4 break point chances, I think.
Yep. 3 in a row at love 40. And then you gave him the kiss of death when you said, Raonic needs another big one right here.
40 love.
Raonic didn't get a sniff in that game.
Nishikori leads 4-3, third set, 1-0.
Raonic to serve 3-4 in the third, 1 set apiece.
Boy, this is where the rubber meets the road. I mean, this really is going to be a massive kind of ending to this set, because if you get up 2-1, whoever you are, Nishikori or Raonic, you've got a big cushion now, because the other guy's going to have to win 2 straight sets to pull this thing out.
Well, we'll be there soon.
Please switch off flash on your cameras. Thank you. Hill. That's it, 14.
Wow.
What a return.
Raonic, yeah, he's been going to the well too much on that wide serve and didn't get enough break on it. Watch how this ball kind of straightens out, flattens out, and sits right in the strike zone for Nishikori.
A huge break point that would allow him to serve for the set.
Yes.
And then there's that.
Wide again, he's down to 46% first serves in. And his weapon truly is just on and off, just not reliable right now.
Advantage, Nishikori.
Well, you can look at those numbers either way, that Raonic has been good at getting those break points, or that he's getting all the break points, all those chances.
The serve and volley at such a critical junction in this match shows that he is really confident with that play, and that he can't rely on his ground strokes at this point. That second serve was bigger than the average bet, or 102, but it didn't have any placement on it except in the strike zone of Nishikori. Look at Nishikori just tee off on this ball. Captain Clutch with the volley, stuck it cross court, covered the line. Now watch him come in, rack it up, sticks it, and then he sets up again. Nishikori almost gets that. This was the good one that paid off, and then this was kind of cautious, but it had enough. Oh, this second serve has got to be to the backhand side. Don't feed it to the forehand beast right now.
Call on the left baseline, ball was called out.
Raonic hesitated right at the last second. Earlier in the match, he was had no problem getting up to that short ball, hitting an approach at this time, trying to do a little too much with that mid-court shot.
Raonic has 2 challenges remaining.
So another breakpoint chance for Nishikori for a second straight game, a 4th chance.
Thank you.
Circle that backhand. That's the first one we've seen today. Now watch how Raonic stays low on this backhand. He's got to go low, stay down. See how he bends his knees? Perfect. Boy, if he gets out of this game, Nishikori has just got to be so ticked off.
He's 0 for 8 in his last break points. 0 for his last 8. Finds a way to hold. And that backhand was a big part of it. All square at 4 in the third.
Third set.
Who's got the edge right now in your mind?
Oh, Nishikori.
Still.
Oh, listen, he's getting the break points. Raonic right now, I mean, he hasn't got 1 break point. I mean, he's really not even getting close to breaking this guy. I mean, this is kind of, he's not to me, he's playing slow, heavy, flat-footed.
30, 15.
Nishikori, obviously, it's a lighter athlete. You know, you're different weight classes, but still, Nishikori just has that spark right now. If Raonic doesn't make that
14,
backhand down the line
15.
on break point, this set's over.
Well, a great get at the net to get it up and over the net and that deep. Nishikori in front again, 5-4.
Nishikori leads 5 games to 4, third set, 1-0.
Point of the match. Right there, the ability just to defend just long enough. Look at that. Just a stab on the backhand. I don't know if you picked up on it right as this game started. Nishikori had the ball boy kind of wipe down the baseline. Because Raonic was on that side on the previous 2 games. He's sweating bullets.
Right.
Now, if you look at the Bouchard today, Murray cramped earlier in the week. He had Jack Sock out. Steve Johnson with cramps. I'm saying for a guy that size, playing these long points, just something to think about moving forward. If Nishikori would have recovered down the middle, he had it. The second volley from Raonic has not been real sharp. It's been kind of real safe down the middle. And look for Nishikori as soon as he hits that first passing shot to just tear back down the middle and try to anticipate a general reply.
It's good.
Key to that return is a short backswing. Have the target in mind where you want to go with it before your opponent serves.
And with the big weapon, Raonic takes it to 5-all.
Ball on the other side.
Still very warm and humid. It's almost jungle feeling out there.
No! He actually got that shot. And the pace off his racket was just phenomenal. Look at this. He gets off to a late start and then he flicks it right at the last second.
15.
Kind of stumbled, like his feet got tangled up on that forehand.
13.
Went way long.
Nishikori puts the pressure right back on Raonic.
New balls, please. Nishikori leads 6 games to 5, third set, 1-0.
So what's it going to be here? Another tie break in the third? Or does Nishikori rise up?
Kick it out.
Nishikori on the left central service line, the ball's called in. Call is overturned.
Well out.
Second serve. Second serve. Fifteen. Third silo. Thirty, 15.
That's a smart play. Raonic getting real tight on that net. So there's the low volley, really making Raonic work for this one. And you're going over the backhand side. And boy, is this a big moment for both players.
There's your big moment.
40% of first serves in for this set, 53 for the match.
So they go to the tiebreak again.
6 games all, third set. Tiebreak. Both
Heading into the
players
tiebreaker, he can't be that confident with his serve right now, Raonic.
Well, the last two. I mean, it's just, he's going to go with, honestly, the rhythm over the last moments. There's no doubt in my mind. My concern is when that second serve, when he misses his first.
That's the problem, right?
That's the big problem for him. And Nishikori, I truly came out with a solid game plan with Michael Chang coaching him on moving it around his positioning that has disturbed the Raonic serve and given him looks.
All right, here we go.
First to 7, win by 2. First point on the serve of Nishikori. It's the only Grand Slam that plays a tiebreaker in the final set. The other 3 played out. So if these guys do go 5 to a tiebreaker, it's 6-all, it would be a tiebreaker. It'll be about 4 o'clock in the morning, local time.
And this is looking a lot like the other tiebreaker.
2-0, Nishikori.
There's that approach shot. We haven't seen that in a while. Boy, Raonic is just having to work just overtime. You know what I mean? The extra shot, the extra ball. And this is Corey. May lose the point, but just keeps throwing these body blows, these longer points, these athletic points. When you're a big server like Raonic, you're just not used to, you know, the ball coming back this many times.
If you're Nishikori and you get a first serve like that, you've got to be feeling really good.
3-1, Nishikori.
Remember, coming into this match, Raonic was 29-9 tie breaks on the year.
Boy, is that going to haunt him. Kind of came up
3-2,
with
Nishikori.
a lot of aggression, almost overran it, ran right into it. Seemed like he had the down the line all set up and changed his mind at the last second. That's a critical miss.
to Nishikori.
Little swing of anger there from Raonic, smashing the ball away.
Really kind of the first time the entire match where we've seen him just showing some negativity, but that I would be frustrated too. I mean, his serve is kind of keeping him in the match, but not helping him win the match. He saved so many break points in this set, 8 of them. But he hasn't had one on his own racket.
Balls, balls.
See Nishikori again.
Can you, ball boy, ball
That's
boy.
all from Raonic.
Can you take a towel? Towel, 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 towel here.
So what you do in this case, you just give another duty to the ball kids. You just watch those parts of the court. Wow. 117 with a lot of break on it.
For free, Nishikori.
To hit that serve, you got to go up into this outside part of the ball to get that kind of slice. Like a side spin that will break. Once it hits the ground, will break away from the opponent.
A missed volley, now a double fault.
4-0.
Dangerous drop shot. Well, you look, he looks to his box. Nishikori's just thinking, man, if this guy can just give me a second serve, if this serve, the first serve can just misfire. It's just too big, it's massive, and that thing's hitting its spots.
5-0.
The odds are that he's going to get a second serve here because of the percentages, right? But he doesn't get it. The percentages were wrong in this particular circumstance.
6-5.
And how tight does Nishikori feel right now? He played a shaky service point with the drop shot, double faulted before that.
Thank you.
Set point Raonic.
Wow. Going for the home run swing.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not make calls from the stands. Thank
Umpire,
you.
please don't say that because that will just bring out more of those fans. That never works here in New York. That always backfires by telling them not to talk. when the opponent, I mean, everywhere else, Wimbledon, the Australian Open, the French, not here. The fan here likes to get involved.
Well, there's just nonstop noise now.
Raonic.
What a return.
Caught it late. Didn't really hit it in the center of the strings, but the strength of his forearms to get that thing just right.
Set point number 2. Comes back,
Raonic lead by 2 sets to 1.
takes the tie break, and now leads 2 sets to 1.
Raonic to serve.
Extra time with a personal break for Kei Nishikori. Milos Raonic to serve as we begin the 4th set in a long one. I think we've determined at this point, Luke, that these guys are evenly matched.
I think Nishikori's truly outplayed Raonic, I would say, since the end of the first set. Look at the body language, on his toes, being real positive. I love that in an athlete, especially the defender that has to use the feet to try to slow down the freight train of the power player. But Raonic won the big points, the ones that really mattered. Nishikori never broke through. He was 0 for 8 breakpoint opportunities in the 3rd set. And if you let a puncher kind of hang around, the guy can get a lucky punch, lucky streak. Remember, I mean, the serving just kind of picked up for Raonic at the end. Found that backhand inside-out return. That's what I'm doing if I'm Raonic. Up 30 love, you just try to go for when anything up in the strike zone, you're going for a big shot. I wonder how much gas Raonic has left in the tank. I mean, Nishikori clearly, being the the smaller athlete, relies on long points.
40, 15.
And Raonic relies on that. One shot, 1 point.
21st ace.
Raonic has had to use other parts of his game to win points, serve and volley, chip and charge. Seen him defend a number of times, but long points.
Game Raonic.
Now he's got to find a way to get some break points against Nishikori.
Nishikori, I think, has really been able to look at the winners from Raonic, 24 to 12. But it's the break points, 0 for 8. If he loses this match, Nishikori, that is the stat. That's the set that he really should have won. He served good enough, didn't give Raonic any break point opportunities.
Neither player has been to the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open in their career. It looks like his strategy is go big and go early.
And but just recently though, I think he just carried some of that momentum from the third set into this fourth. And he may be trying to work on energy management too. Because that's what big hitters can do. When they start to feel a little fatigued, they can just start going for winners, keeping the point short. As long as they keep holding serve.
14.
He's challenging it. Not a lot of challenges this match.
No. He was right at this ball. And he was right.
Kei Nishikori, 1 game all, 4th set. Mr. Raonic has 2 challenges remaining.
That is a monster serve.
Now it's late. Now it's late. You were looking, and then we started to challenge. It's late now.
You got to do it right away. He goes big here, 40 love.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's no reason to get in any type of rally. 117.
Raonic powered by his serve, as is always the case. Goes up 2-1. Well, a long break at the end of the third set, and now another medical timeout. Kei Nishikori, as maybe you could see, took the brace on the foot that's been bothering him off, and then they put a little pad on the sole of his foot, which could be many things, many irritations, a blister perhaps.
Boy, that was pretty thick to be able to just put your foot back in that shoe.
And he starts off with a double fault.
Well, he's got to be elevated from that thing. I mean, it's not like he had that, wow, 250s. Going with a 7 or a 3 on that?
I'm going 7.
And that's why I'm just, it's 1 o'clock in the morning. It needs to be best of 3 sets. Because whoever does win this and reach the quarterfinal, it just throws off their whole recovery time. Changes the complete dynamic of what they're trying to accomplish.
Well, in the last Nishikori service game, Raonic took early shots, trying to make things happen like that.
30-15.
The winner of this match plays Stan Wawrinka, the Australian Open champion of this year. Semi-finalist last year here at the US Open.
14-15.
So he wants nothing to do at this point with long rallies.
Nope.
And if he misses, he misses. And if he gets lucky and maybe he gets to a love 30 situation,
Then he'll, throw in some longer points if he has to.
Again, Nishikori.
interesting.
He's still trying to figure out the feel on that foot.
2 games all, 4th set.
USOpenshop.org is a great place to see what they're offering this year in the gift shop at the US Open. And you can follow the championship via Twitter and Facebook.
Look.
Of course, that strategy from Raonic works as long as he's serving like that.
Yeah, that's it. That's the Pete Sampras formula. That's what you're going with. To me, I just think it's smart for these big guys. I really do. When you are so dangerous like that off the first serve. 137 wide.
Again, Raonic.
3-2 Raonic. After the changeover, we'll see if he continues with that
3 games to 2, 4th set.
hit it early and hard strategy. Nishikori serving 2-3. Let's see how Raonic plays this now.
We've seen how physically beat up Nishikori. with his feet. And it'd be so interesting to find out where Raonic is.
15 all.
Both these guys are world-class athletes, but they have been out there for a little over 3 hours.
That was some shot, 15 all. Okay, so now maybe it pays off.
15, 13.
This is where you can play kind of a smart point instead of a real aggressive point, unless the situation presents itself. A weak second serve like that last one, only 91 miles an hour. Little forehand action from Nishikori. Boy, there's a nice little stick save for Nishikori. He was being backed up into a corner. And watch this passing shot. Gets around the outside of the ball. Look at that.
Jumped around to hit the forehand. Good idea.
Yes.
When was the last time he had a break point?
Second set, remember he broke back.
Right.
Step right there. And how much is this taken out of Nishikori?
Nishikori. Thank you.
Nishikori, you've got to recognize you just don't want to overcook that shot. Go for a nice placed forehand to the sideline, move Raonic side to side, make him earn it.
Advantage Nishikori.
Raonic came close, but never got the break point chance.
3 games all, fourth set. 15-11. Very low.
Nishikori didn't even attempt to hit that one.
Thirty, 15. Forty, 15. Forty, 13.
Is that delicate?
From supercharged
New
to
balls,
soft
please.
in about a second.
Raonic leads 4 games to 3, 4th set, and by 2 sets to 1.
Milos Raonic has a plan for breaking Kei Nishikori. This would be the time to unleash that plan.
Well, it starts with neutralizing the first serve deep down the middle. Get into the point, look for your forehand. And that's a little power forehand, deep cross court.
Thank you. Thank you.
Service line, the ball was called out. Ball is out. That's
Very important combination for Nishikori to get that short ball and rip that forehand inside out into that corner.
It's almost like Raonic is playing to get to the tiebreak.
He's going to a freshly strung racket. That means a little bit more control. Said this a number of times through this match. It's the ability of Nishikori to somehow neutralize the first or hope that Raonic, who served 54% first serves in for the match, which is low. You need it in the mid-60s, 58% for the match. Goes into kind of a dry spell right here. Notice on the Raonic serve how precise the toss is. Not a lot of wasted motion. Toss goes as high as his contact point is. And as soon as it hesitates, Al, he strikes the ball. So there are no hitches in the motions. Everything's fluid. He doesn't have to wait for the ball to come back down into his strike zone. Think about him lifting the ball right into the strike zone, then he hits it.
You have to get it way up there to get it over that guy.
Absolutely.
It's about, the racket head is probably 11 or 12 feet when he's got it up there. What a save at what a time.
Now this is the approach. There's the split step, and then look at that. Throws everything towards that ball, just gets enough string on it. Wow. Boy, if he wins this set, let's mark that. That shot down, boy. Raonic comes back with another deadly combination.
he's due for a big one. So Raonic holds. Pressure back to Nishikori.
Raonic leads 5 games to 4, fourth set, and by 2 sets to 1.
Nishikori serving 4-5. It's got to hold.
Raonic hasn't had a break point opportunity
15-11.
in close to 2 sets. Nothing in the third, nothing so far in the fourth. Nishikori hasn't had one. He's had 14 throughout the match. He was 0 for 8 in the third set. I'm sorry. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. I mean, it's just, there's no reason for him to go after it right now. He just, let's put the ball in play and see what Nishikori does with a little scoreboard pressure.
I mean, these are second serves that he's not doing anything with.
40-11.
Yeah, they put that number 56 unforced errors, but he's had 67 winners. 14 winners in this set, 12 unforced errors. I mean, it's not even close. That's in the other borough.
5 games all, fourth set.
For the most part, he has been emotionless, Raonic.
Thank you. Players are ready. Thank you. 15-11. That's it, 15.
game from Nishikori. Take all the information from the last 3 hours and 27 minutes and figure out a way to get this serve back. Or not. 140. He started the night with a 141, and he still has the power after 3 hours and 28 minutes.
Seats quickly, please.
Guys, please, thank you. Thank you.
Raonic is floating with some trouble here,
Yeah,
isn't
he really is.
Yes.
He's not moving fast enough to play solid defense, and Nishikori just having good temperament on his shots, finding the right spaces, the right targets.
Nishikori has a break point
Nishikori.
that would allow him to serve for the set.
He's laughing about it. He's hoping.
Ball stands. Deuce. Mr. Nishikori has 2 challenges remaining. Advantage, Nishikori.
He's 0 for his last 9 at some point. Everyone in the building knows that if this second serve goes to rallying point, edge Nishikori big time.
Nishikori, 7 games to 5, 2 sets all.
Now, at this particular point in this match, there is no reason to believe that Kei Nishikori won't hold serve, because Milos Raonic hasn't had a break chance since the second set, and early in that, 15-love.
15-love. 30 love.
Really kind of lucky stab from
30,
Raonic on that
15.
one. But I just don't like the energy in Raonic's feet. When you want to try to return a little bit better, you've got to start with good footwork. Just too flat-footed for me.
But, Tercio.
A big backswing on that, catches it
40,
late.
30.
Almost clips the chair umpire.
Set point.
Listen.
Sounds like the crowd wanted a fifth set, and that's exactly what they're going to get. At 1:43 in the morning, this match heads to a final frame.
Now we are in
Final set.
a match, a 5-set
Raonic to serve.
battle between the massive server and Raonic and returner Nishikori. First set, Raonic won 6-4 in 37 minutes, and it went 7-6 to Nishikori. 7-4 in the tiebreaker, 55 minutes, and then 2-hour-long set, 64 minutes in a 7-6, 8-6 tiebreaker. Wow, 7-6 to Raonic. 64 minutes in the last set, 7-5 to Nishikori to send it to 5 was 60 minutes. We are 3 hours and 40 minutes into this match. It is 1:46 in the morning here in New York.
Mr. Raonic showing call on the right far sideline. Ball was called out. Ball stands.
And it was out.
30. Mr. Raonic has 2 challenges remaining.
safe to say, Luke, that that fourth set strategy of Raonic backfired?
I really think it did, especially at the end. I thought it was smart at the beginning, take a couple of shots, conserve some energy. But at 4-all, 5-all, those, it just didn't make any sense because it wasn't successful early in the set.
It seemed like a little bit of a tired second serve.
Yeah.
Advantage Raonic.
So off the miss hit, Raonic holds.
First game.
It's a 5-setter, and it's a marathon, but I wouldn't qualify it as a thriller.
No, not at all. I mean, there have been some historic shots for this match, some running forehands, some volleys. But look at the unforced errors from Raonic. The key is just no break points. I mean, it's great that he's holding serve. He just can't come close to breaking Nishikori. Nishikori he's just a little fighter out there. I mean, he's the guy that just will not give up and just keep pursuing. You know, just trying to break, trying every little tactic, every angle possible, and it goes right into what Michael Chang, who's coaching him. Clearly has instilled, because that's the way Michael Chang played to his Hall of Fame career.
15.
Well, if I'm Raonic, I start blocking the returns, just getting these things back in play, keeping the ball low. It just seems like he's doing the same thing over and over again, and it's not working, and it's not inspiring. He's not. The other guy's the Energizer Bunny after all this time, and Raonic, I mean, he's just got to change just the makeup of the way he emotionally approaches a return serve. And you can imagine, he's not even facing him. He's facing Nishikori's fastest serve has been 120 for the match. So he's not facing a flamethrower.
Fourteen. 15. Nishikori. One game all, final set. 15.
Do I get the point? Yes.
Mr. Raducanu call on the left service line. The ball was called out.
2012, Kohlschreiber and Isner started their rivalry here at the U.S. Open. The latest finish at 2:26 in the morning.
That was like 10 seconds. Dude, come on. Come on. No, you can't do that. Can you ask him?
He can, of course he can.
Serious?
This is all about giving him the point, right?
If he challenges, if he wins the point, if he wins the challenge, he wins the point. I said yes, that's why it lasted. He wanted to challenge you anyway.
So it's 30 love. How do you feel about that?
So much with that timing of how long you wait to challenge. That's always going to be a problem until they really kind of clean it up and the umpires really stick to it.
Raonic leads
So
2 games to 1.
holds
Final
and
set.
leads 2 games to 1. So Nishikori back to serve at 1-2 in the 5th. And final set. There have not been many of those.
Love
I
15.
wonder how he's going to build off of this, because that is just a laser. Well, Raonic isn't moving. As soon as that's got to be it. Because after he hit that backhand return cross court, he just stood right in that corner. He wasn't even close to the middle of the court, much less the other side of the court where that ball landed.
What does that tell you?
He's shot. I mean, he's throwing everything he can into his service game just to stay relevant. That was a miss it. That was a complete shank off the frame.
30-15.
We could challenge that Kohlschreiber-Isner record, which I'm thrilled about.
Kei Nishikori.
USOpen.org is the home of the US Open
Final set.
and our coverage. Keep up with this great championship. You can shop there, see all the latest souvenirs, or you can follow the US Open via Twitter or Facebook. USOpen.org. Nishikori has left the court. Nature call at the end of the third set and had a medical timeout for a foot problem. And I don't think I've noticed any ill effect since that.
No.
15-love.
That's all.
Right now it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon in Tokyo. Probably a fairly good audience, I would think.
Well, this is their guy. Really has been putting Japanese tennis on the map. Now here's your opening for Nishikori. You're just waiting for any type of slip out here in concentration and execution.
Thank you.
What would be a huge break point, obviously.
30-40.
Nishikori reached the quarters at the 2012 Australian Open, only the second Japanese man to do that in a Grand Slam. So they're not used to seeing this, and they've not seen a Japanese player to the quarters in the U.S. Open. Raonic with the miss. Michael Chang likes it. Nishikori in a moment will be serving to go 4-2 in the fifth.
3-2, final set.
One of the more important service games of his career.
But he's got to be feeling really good about his game right now because Milos Raonic hasn't even come close to threatening his serve.
Or his second serve.
You notice that there's no spring in the Raonic footwork to get back for that shot. And so now really for Nishikori, it's all about precision. He doesn't have to hit the ball hard. He just has to move Raonic. I wasn't a big fan of just keeping him in that corner. There's that backhand down the line he's been really good with the entire match. Stay sideways, watch out, you just stay sideways, watches that ball right at contact. And I don't see any change of tactic from Raonic, just kind of just out there right now.
So the service break is consolidated and nicely done by Nishikori, and this crowd is strongly behind him.
Johnny Mac bunt cross court. A lot of topspin, just a continental grip, and just lay it over there.
He had some room to play with there.
15.
Hit it too hard and he knows it. Once again, Milos isn't even going to that side. And you know that's Nishikori's best shot off the backhand down, is down the line.
15.
Shot he's been able to really rely on since the second set.
Totally one-dimensional.
Yep.
His expression never changes. It is break point and a chance to serve for the match.
Continues to just bomb serves.
It's almost to the point where you know it's coming. It's just, how's it going to happen this time?
Nishikori's just got to guess on this first serve return. Just pick a place and go. See, I mean, that's just too good. He's going to challenge it. He does not challenge it. He still has 3 challenges. Raonic has 2. There's actually 2 matches that finished at 2:26 in the morning. 1993, Wielander playing his countryman Michael Pernfors. Two of those. Raonic is trying to make it 3.
Nishikori leads 4 games to 3, final set.
Good morning to the rest of the world. It's Nishikori serving now, 4-3, break in the 5th set. After 4 hours and 9 minutes, it's 2:16 in the morning. 10 minutes to go to tie the latest finish in US Open history. Raonic now really throwing everything he has into the movement. The side-to-side explosion that we haven't seen in the last couple sets, but his back is against the wall. Now he's on his toes, sensing the situation. He's running out of swings, running out of time. Ace Nishikori, only 95 miles an hour, but it's placed right on the line.
He's 4 points away from the quarterfinals.
Nishikori leads 5 games to 3, final set.
And it just seems like Raonic is powerless to do anything about it.
Well, he started getting on his toes for the first time the entire match. You know, what you see from Nadal and Djokovic and David Ferrer, and what we've seen from Nishikori. Great retrievers and returners have to be light on their toes, like they're jumping rope. You're reacting, you're defending. That's footwork. For Nishikori, you do not want to give Raonic an easy game here. Make him work for it. He can win it, but make him really exert all this energy to try to hold.
15 love.
I mean, after all this, we have to at least tie the record, don't we?
Yeah,
We have to get something out of
we're
this.
right here. It's 2:19 right now. They're going to get a minute and a half on the changeover.
13 love.
We're going to be close.
So Raonic holds at love, and now it's up to Kei Nishikori to serve for the match.
Nishikori leads 5-4, final set.
Kei Nishikori has the tennis balls that can take him to the quarterfinals. It's 2:22 a.m.
All of a sudden,
15 love.
Raonic has come alive. See his eyes a little brighter. This is it. You're throwing everything. Look at this. This is perfect, but this has got to be the way it is all the time. Boy, that backhand down the line has just been cash money. Steps up into the court, drives it with authority right here. Doesn't let it come to him. He plays the aggressive shot.
Wide.
I think that miss actually just caught the record.
It's 2:24.
If he makes that shot, this thing's over before 2:26. Look at Chang, like he's in game mode right there, huh? He's just leaning on that rail.
Cannot win a rally. Well, Kei needs to take his time here.
I know.
He really needs to gather himself, let this wash over him for a moment.
40-15.
Just soak in the noise, soak in the applause.
And the clock says, if you can believe this, with that ball in the air, it turns to 2:26 in the morning, which is insane.
How does that happen? 3 matches, 1993, 2012, and now 2014. Tie for the latest match played in U.S. Open history.
I'll take a tie.
It was the first Grand Slam to add lights in 1975.